This is my foot. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Right, I've just taken off my compede and it's left me with this pretty gnarly blister. So I'm gonna have to just get rid of that wee piece of skin there. Yeah. And I'll put some alcohol on it and let it dry out. Yummy. And I don't think I'll peel that one off, I'll just leave it be. Sinking in the west, the cattle roll down to the stream. The redwing settles in her nest. It's time for a cowboy to dream. Purple lines in the canyon, that's where I long to be with my two good companions. Just my rifle, pony, and me. Here are the remains of St. Fillan's Priory. St. Fillan was a missionary who came to Scotland to teach us about the ways of Christianity. And he famously said, "All travellers who use this wild and beautiful place will do so in peace if they tread their path lightly." Well, I'm about 2 miles away from Tyndrum. I just had a lovely wee poo and a pew in a church down the road where I got a cup of coffee and a Tunnock's tea cake. Now, a wee bit of history for you. In these fields, in the olden days, there was a battle between the English and Scottish forces. Robert the Bruce involved. Now, the Scots, outnumbered, chose to flee. And for a quick getaway, they had to chuck all their swords and armour into this field before getting away. So some say the very sword owned by Robert the Bruce is amongst this lovely, gentle, peaceful forest of Tyndrum. Day 5, going to be walking 18 miles today from Tyndrum up to King's House, just at the back of Glencoe there, because there's a nice pub and there's a lot of folk that I've met on the way. I'm planning on congregating there tonight for a wee swally. And as always, it's pissing down with rain. My tent is absolutely soaked, as well as my sleeping bag and just about every other item that I own. So everybody else is soaked, a lot of blisters. Everybody wants to get a wee bit merry tonight, so hopefully the weather gets a bit better. I'm just about to come into the bridge of Orkney now, and I'm going to continue from there a couple of miles to get my lunch in Inverarnon. And there's a nice wee hotel there. And then after that I've got about 8 more miles to go until I get there. So hopefully I'll touch down at about 6 o'clock, and if it's a wee dry spell I'll pitch my tent. It's absolutely soaking anyway, so I don't really mind. A wee bit of an adventure, but this is what I'm looking at the now as I come down. Nice wee bit of hill and glen. Aye. That there is the fabled white stain of Tyndrum, so called because it's stained white and it's a stain. History. 13-ton limit across this bridge. I don't think I'll make it with my backpack on. I think my backpack's about 13.5 tons. So here's hoping I make it over in one piece. Aye. Dearie me. Well, I've been walking this King's Road for a couple hours now. Had some soup and a roll, a pint of Guinness and a pint of Iron Brew at Inverarran back there, and I've been walking on this for a couple hours. It is pretty brutal, to be honest, but check out the view. Still a wee bit of snow atop of those hills. Up here is the Three Sisters, which I'm coming round. I can't mind the name of that yet, but it's beside the Stub and the Bidian. Now, I'm walking through Rannoch Moor, sorry, and this is one of the most desolate places in the whole of the UK. Nothing really grows here. It's not very habitable land because it's very patchy underfoot. Nevertheless though, just over here you can see the ruins of some habitation from back in the day. So folk must have stayed here for a wee while. Don't know what they done, but just maybe ran about in the moors for a wee bit. I mean, it does look quite comfy in amongst the heather and whatnot, but after walking through it for 2 hours in the pouring rain, I wouldn't want to stay here. I've kind of had enough of it. But there's the long and winding road coming down there. Ladies and gents, Glencoe. We've got about 3.5 hours, 3.5 miles, it's been that long a day. 3.5 miles until I get to the pub where I'm going to be pitching my tent beside today. I'll be passing Glencoe Ski Centre in a wee minute, and down here is that wee house. That is where the massacre of Glencoe took place, and it all came about, I believe, through a letter signed by, I think it was the King, who sent the Campbells to come to Glencoe and kill all of the MacLeods. Or was it the MacDonalds? I can't really remember, but it was the MacLeods or the MacDonalds. And anyway, the Campbells, they stayed with them for about a week, 2 weeks. They were wined and dined, put up, treated like brothers. And what did they do? During the night time, they slaughtered every single one of them. And this has put a stain on Scottish hospitality ever since. And even to this day, to utter the word Campbell up here doesn't go down very well. So there you go. There's a wee bit of Rannoch Moor as well. It's just grand. A wee bit of history combined with nature. Lovely. It's bedtime on Glencoe.